I'm just having a good time.
You're gonna tell me why you're laughing at me? I rub my hair and you start laughing. Did it come out?
Oh no, no, just you're just just a good guy, Tony. You know what I
No, I'm
mean?
not. Oh, that
What are you
was
talking
fun.
about? All right.
Anyway, you want to say hi to the people? They've been watching. Hi, people.
No, they have for how long?
I
I
don't know.
like that.
We don't have a timer.
I had no, I had no idea that you were recording.
Well,
Uh,
it was right after we were talking about your favorite word. I'm trying to find my forehead. There it is. Okay.
oh,
That's better. Yeah, so we're Alex. Alex has your favorite word is tight, but you just told me it's not your favorite word. You just like to use tight around me because it makes me rub my fingers through my hair in an agitated
uh, I
fashion.
I started saying that's tight, like as like that's cool, or it's that's all right, or whatever, and as a joke around people, just like that's tight. And then I don't know if you've already recorded this part or not, but um, uh, I uh, I just say I used to say it as a joke, but now it's just how I talk because I've said it so much.
You
and
know,
then
let go
and
ahead.
now I say it around you a lot because I know you can't stand it for whatever reason.
I mean, I use the word hootie a lot. I don't know why.
What does hootie mean?
Well, like hootie who, so I just started
Hootie.
saying hootie. Like, it kind of works everywhere. I mean, people just say dumb shit all the time and they're not listening anyway. So it's like, here's your change and here's your French fries. I'm like, hootie.
is it like is it like aloha? Aloha could mean like hello and goodbye at the like is it like it could mean good or bad? It's like whatever.
Yeah, I'm just so tired of hearing the same words over and over again. I mean, holy shit. And what's cool about you is that you're on the West Coast, and I don't know if you know this, but because you use the word tight so much, and clearly things aren't always tight. I mean, things actually get loose with time. You've discovered sarcasm. Not that you didn't already have it, but you're using it, and I like it. That's why I'm okay with it. Because I'm not tight. It's not tight. They're not tight. The only thing that's tight these days is money. That's about it. Everything else, loose as a goose.
Hootie.
So yeah, exactly. That's tight. Well, this tastes good today. I must have needed this.
Now you're probably drinking. You've been drinking, more than you used to. So now you're liking the taste now. It's getting more familiar.
Maybe, or maybe I'm just really bored, and this is it. You know what I mean? Like I have less. I've been alone. Like Jesse left a week ago, and so like, and there ain't shit to do.
Hmm.
So I'm losing it. Pretty cool. But I mean, the cool thing with losing it is like I opened up my door this after like just after I finished work because I forgot to leave the house today, and a friend of mine sent me a present.
Oh, what is that? A kitty with a knife? Is that a kitty with a knife?
It's a kitty with a sickle, man.
Sickle. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That is pretty cool, man.
You know what? Two of my friends, one from this area, one from Seattle, both sent me shirts. Both have cats on them, except the one from out west is tie-dyed, appropriately so.
You're just a you're just a cat guy. Yeah.
I like pussy. I like cats. I finally got to the point where like, so
That's
dig this, man. Shut the fuck up. Jesus. Sorry. You fucking asshole. Hooty hoo, motherfucker.
no, I can't stop now. It's like it's a thing now. And now it's like I can't stop. Like
This might be the episode of the flying computer.
right? That's cool.
It's in hoofed into the wall.
And hoofed.
Dude, you don't have neighbors, like physical attached to your house neighbors, right? All of your
Oh,
walls are separate from other walls.
right, yeah. I live in the
Gotcha.
house. Yeah.
So this is probably for anyone out there who's killing it in life and lives in an apartment. I'm wondering, it's an open question, if you haven't noticed more noises as this shit's gone on. Like you hear more noise. Like now, when I lived here for 2 years, I never heard my neighbors. I really didn't. I have 3 neighbors, and now I know where all of them live, exactly where they hang out, what TV shows they watch, how they fuck, that they're deaf and never turn. I know it all, and I don't want to know any of it. So COVID is starting to suck because now I'm getting over this shit. There's nowhere I can put my bed in my bedroom, which is the big bedroom. I mean, last house I had, I took the little bedroom so the kid could have the big bedroom. This time I have the big bedroom. Doesn't fucking matter. I mean, you can throw grenades in there and it's not going to bother anybody because no one around you is going to hear anything because they're too busy setting up a fucking sawhorse or whatever they're doing in there. Excuse me. I'm the frustrated comic. I don't know if you're frustrated. I'm your guy. Jesus Christ, could you put a silencer on something or just shut the fuck up? I'm quiet. I mean, the cat and I don't make a lot of noise. I got a bass speaker for Christmas and I turned it up, like way louder than the music. I like it hears boom, 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 boom. Nobody came down and knocked on my door. No one told me to shut the fuck up. And meanwhile, I'm fucking left and right in the wall at 4 o'clock in the morning trying to get some fucking sleep.
Yeah, man.
So
I remember what it was
couch
like.
now.
I remember what it was like to live in an apartment, and it can suck. I remember the apartment we lived in both in Bend and Portland. Both, I don't remember ever hearing anybody. We were probably in Bend. We were probably the loud neighbors, more than likely.
And if you were our neighbor and you didn't give us shit, thank you. And I'm trying to be the same way. I haven't knocked on a door yet. I've just made plans to murder people, but I haven't knocked on anybody's door. Joking,
Right.
joking. Who makes plans for shit like that? You got problems if you make plans. If it just happens, then it wasn't premeditated.
I mean, I think if you make plans for murder, I think you're more responsible. You're a responsible murderer. You got to lay things out. Like, this is what I'm going to use. These are my gloves. This is the rope. This is how I'm getting out of here. Camera's over there. Can't go over there. Have to stay over here. Can you tell that I've thought about it? I don't know.
But the crazy thing is, you can say that, and the audience would agree. You say that just the way you said it. No one's threatened. If I say it my way, everyone's freaked out. Let me give you an example. You kill him with this. You get that shit. You tie him up. The camera's over there. See, it's aggressive. It scares people. People actually think I'm going to fucking kill somebody. You're goofy. How do you do it? I don't know. But you can be like, I'm going to chop up a couple of people. People are like, you big goofy bastard. I say half of that. And they're like, 911, what's your emergency? I'm too fucking lazy. I couldn't possibly be into that. Like, because they're going to scream and yell at you, like, shh, shh, shh. And then they're going to say words like tight. As soon as they say that shit, I'm just leaving. I'm not going to kill anybody. Going home. I've had enough. Anyway. Yeah, it's been noisy around here, and it's nobody's fault. But I really thought I didn't have a shit apartment, and now I know.
But what if they're just saying the rope's tight? Like, it's tight, not like that's tight.
Like, I'm gonna kill you. That's tight, motherfucker.
Yeah. You're just more. You're more believable. This is what it is. You're just more believable.
That doesn't help in comedy, man.
I don't know. It can't.
It's everyone's. Are you joking? Like, yeah, man, I'm on stage. Well, I think you're being serious. Like, yeah, fuck it.
Well, see, man, I get that all the time in my everyday life. Like,
good,
because I'm around the roommates more and stuff, and Callie and stuff, and they a lot of the times don't get that I'm joking, especially if I say something completely fucked up and inappropriate. And so my new phrase around the house is, hey, you remember jokes? Those were fun.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm starting to feel a little bit better then. I mean, I feel like since COVID, I've gotten less funny, and that's totally possible. Or people are just getting tired of hearing the shit that comes out of my mouth, because eventually you can only say clever things so many times before they come reruns. So right. I think it's a mix of both. I've lost my sense of humor a little bit about this shit, and so does everyone else. They're tired. They want to go somewhere. They want to go to Space Mountain. They can't.
Yeah, I want to go to Space Mountain.
You want to go to Space Mountain?
I don't know what Space Mountain is. What is it? I want to go.
What do you mean? What the fuck? How do you not know what Space Mountain is?
You remember
Space Mountain is tight. That's what it is.
That's fucking.
It's at Disney. Go check it out.
I've never
Hey,
been.
here's a
You know
fun
that
fact.
I've never been to Disneyland. You know that.
The fuck? God damn. Why do I always hang out with the poor kids?
You know, it's fucking poor as shit. The most we ever did, we did two things growing up. We never did anything together. The only thing we did was go to my grandma and grandpa's house, and we went camping like 3 times. Besides that, we didn't really do anything. There was just a lot of yelling and things thrown against the wall. But other than that, you know.
See, now that's
People
where our lives are a little different. In my upbringing, there was throwing and yelling, usually in the car while we were going somewhere. But we went places. I just wasn't allowed to have fun there. Don't touch anything, shut your mouth, get your ass back in the car. Those are my trips. It was fun. Saw a lot, couldn't touch anything, but it was good. You know, packed a lunch, ate out in the fucking hot ass freaking parking lot. It was fantastic.
And so you were practicing for COVID, is what you were doing.
Maybe I should eat my lunch out in the parking lot. I was reading this article about how you work if you work from home, because Google knows your business. If you work from home, what you should be doing. And some of this shit says you're supposed to walk to work, like walk out of your house, walk for an hour to come back and then start work. The fuck?
That's like psychopath behavior. That's psychotic shit. Okay, just go on a walk then. Don't walk to work to come home. Just like before or after work, go on a walk for the sake of going on a walk, right?
Right. Like, hey, Johnson, why are you fucking late all the time? Like, I'm sorry, man. I had to tie my shoes. I tripped. Fuck. These walks are taking longer than I expected, you know?
Dude, that is some fucking psychopath fucking advice from Google. Like, that blows my mind a little bit. Go outside, walk, come back home, and act like you're going to work. Just go on a walk. Later.
But you have to do it every day. And you have to do it before or after. So you tell yourself, I'm done working now, or I'm going to start working now.
That's one of the many, like, I don't know how you do it. I think it's cool for you that you're able to do, like, work from home. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to start on time. My fucking pants would be off 24/7. I wouldn't be able to concentrate. Dude, sometimes I can't even watch a movie. I'm just like, I'm watching the movie. I love fucking Big Lebowski or whatever it is. I fucking love this movie. And next thing I know, I'm like, I don't know, playing my dick somewhere or something. I don't know, like I'm just like, all of a sudden I'm not watching the movie. And it's not like that I'm like on my phone, you know, distracted by my phone. I'm just like, next thing I know, I'm like making a fucking peanut butter sandwich or taking a shower. I'm like, wait, I was watching a movie. So I can't, like, what I'm trying to say is I don't know how people are able to work from home, because I wouldn't be able to. I'll just be like, well, I guess I'm getting fired today because I'm gonna go fucking play video games or something, you know?
Well,
I don't play video.
I guess I could have been that way, but the way it lined up for me is that they gave me 10 weeks off when they sent my ass home. So that is when I came home, got a Game Pass for the Xbox. My goal this was a great goal. This is everything I was going to do. I downloaded Disney Plus. I was going to watch all the Marvel movies. 10 minutes into Captain America, that's as far as I've gotten. So I can't sit around and play video games all day long, because cover your ears, fellas. They're fucking boring. They're fun for like they are. Don't get me wrong. I love shooting someone in the face and not getting arrested. That is so fun, but only for a little while, you know? And the older you get, I don't know, you're just like, you know, sitting in this chair is a lot more fun if I don't have to hold a controller. Like,
right.
Fuck, I don't know, man. That's just where we're So, I mean, I guess I don't want to drive to work. The only thing I miss from work is talking shit. And the people that I worked with were fucking awesome. We talk shit on the phone now. We talk shit about getting together to talk shit. But and the thing is that you can't just talk shit anymore. Like, you have to trust your group. you've worked things out, you worked together for years, and then you can just walk into work and just say something ignorant and everybody laughs. I miss that. 4 years in the making, gone. So
Yeah.
that's a real bummer. But this,
Did
I
it-
just feel like I don't think this is my job for the rest of my life. I don't. I
Mm.
don't know what the fuck anyone's gonna do in a year or two. I have no fucking idea. But I'm not
Did
counting on this shit. If it is, it is. I'm a very bored person. I realized recently, because I had the time, that my depression isn't because the world sucks. I'm bored. I remember I was 8 years old. I was in the back of the pickup after a soccer game. And I mean, I should have had fun. I was the only one back there. The wind's blowing. I could have been killed if we were in an accident. I should have been excited. I was bored. And I've been bored ever since. This shit is boring. And I don't mean COVID, I mean life. Life is so fucking boring and redundant. Oh my God. And then
Dude,
it's just everything
I
is
get,
fucking, ooh, let's do it again. Oh God.
I
Never
get it.
mind. This is just worse. I don't even leave the house anymore. Like, I don't have to.
I get it. And I'm not trying to be depressing or anything or like fucking whatever. I'm
Therapy.
only, I'm only trying to I'm only trying to say what I'm actually trying to say is like when people die but they die relatively young, like
Yes.
let's say someone dies when they're 60, when they're 58. Let's say someone dies when they're 58 and people are like, they were so young. And I'm like, no, they're not. You're not old. You're not fucking old as father time, but 58 years is a long time to go to the bathroom every day, make a sandwich, fucking do crazy mundane things. Like, how many times in your life can you fucking go out the front door, start the car, pet the dog, do all these things? I'm like, maybe 60 years is exactly right. you know,
Maybe.
maybe that's enough. I don't know.
Or whatever you get. I just don't want to die. And people be like, he went young. I imagine most people will be like, no one is happier than he is at this fuck. I mean, he's ready to go. Look at him. He's got his bags packed. I want someone to pack a suitcase when I die. Like, this guy was ready to go.
If you die before me, I'll make sure there's I make sure there's like a chance for everyone to speak,
Sounds
and that's
fucking.
that, and that's exactly what I'll say. I'll just say, no one's happier than Tony right now, and then that's it.
And that's tight.
Yeah, and we're like, and that's tight. You know, I will. And the 11 and a half people that watch this will be like, he said he was going to do that, and he did it. And then it's going to be a closed casket, but you're going to punch a hole through the fucking casket and grab me by my clip-on tie. And, but who are we kidding? I'm going to die before you. Um,
I don't know, man. Like my mom said, if I live like for a really long time, it's because God doesn't like me. She's like, it would be a curse if you had to stay here that long. Like, all right, that's
I
cool.
don't know, man.
She does think
All
she's
right.
gonna outlive me though, so we'll see.
Okay, so I was about to say something, and then what you said, if I were to say it, might sound like an insult, but it's not. It's just weird timing. So I think people that have a similar personality as you stick around a lot longer than people have a personality like me.
Why? Why?
I don't know. And I don't think it's like a curse thing. I just think
It's a curse.
I don't know what it is. I think it's just like you're a bit more you're more of a ranter and a bit more like amped up and you need adrenaline. So I think your blood is always pumping through your body, and me, I'm just comfortable doing nothing. So my blood is stagnant. So maybe I'm just like, since I'm always chill most of the time, that
Yeah.
I'm close to death because I'm just like running in neutral. But you're running at a higher gear, so you're further from death. You get what I'm saying? Does that
So
make
you're
sense?
saying if there's two semis driving down the road, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you're basically saying I'm in the fucking red over here, and you're more
Mhm.
like where you're supposed to be, maybe even a little less.
Yeah.
And since you're already here, it's not much for you just to keel the fuck over. but I'm over here and I got a lot more steam. So you think just the piss and vinegar in me is just going to keep me going for a while?
Angry sons of bitches always live longer.
Fucking hate that. And I've really tried not to be angry. I have, because angry isn't cool right now. It's not fucking trending. You're not allowed to be angry. It's not politically correct. It's a pain in the ass. We got to edit the videos every time I say something clever. It sucks. That was funny, Tony, but you pissed off half the country. You can't say that. God damn it. I'm going to stick around until this shit is funny again. So I could be here all long fucking time. But I am going to be one of those assholes to say, hey, we can make fun of people. It's okay. But it's not going to work. But I'll still be here, I guess. I mean, it really would be okay if someone hit me with a fucking tricycle and it just like he died with a tricycle. It's crazy. But he's out. He's gone. Don't worry about it. He's happy.
Yeah, you walking across the crosswalk and a 4-year-old hit you with a tricycle in the shin and it hurt so bad you're cussing at him, hopping on one leg, and then you got hit by a bus.
Yeah, well, like I go over an overpass, just like holding my knee, and then I do a backflip into a Greyhound. Right. I go through the windshield. I make it, but then someone just starts stabbing me, because they're on a fucking Greyhound and they're sick of it. Yeah. And they just start stabbing me, but I make it through that too. And then I walk out and I'm like, oh my God, I'm in this white shirt. I'm covered in blood. I've been stabbed, dropped off a freaking overpass, and I'm still alive. And then someone like you walks up with the skull cap on and says, that's tight. And then I trip, fall over the fucking bridge, and I'm dead in the water. That's how it's going to go. If we haven't named the episode That's Tight by now, we're naming it.
Yeah, that's tight.
No, it's not.
Hey, you should know this about me already, but we've been friends for over 10 years. I'm a very relaxed person, pretty neutral most of the time, but I like getting under people's skin. I like it. Like when I find someone's button, no matter how close we are, I have to push it. I can't help it.
No, I know.
You're one of my best friends, Tony, but now that I know that you hate the word tight, I can't stop saying it. And I promise you that I never will. So
thank you.
I don't know what to tell you. I do not know what to tell you.
I don't have a lot of friends that'll commit to me, Alex, and you just committed. So I appreciate that. That's huge.
Just, motherfucker, I've been committing for over 10 years.
And the thing about my button is I don't mind people pushing it. Just don't push it and then leave me alone. Because I'm over here like, and you're over in the corner with a video camera like, look at this shit. It scares people. It really does. I feel like I would have had a better life if I was just that traveling robot that got killed in Philly. That's how I wanted to go. Why can't I be the hitchhiking robot?
We talked about that a
long time ago. I know, but I just feel like that'd be a better way to go.
No. I remember hearing about that, and I immediately thought about you. Like when I first heard about that a couple of years, I'm like, Tony's got to know about this. He probably thinks that shit's hilarious. And you
It's hilarious. It's so funny because it's in the part of town where scrap metal's important for people. So that's why he got jacked. It's actually good to know that he got killed so that other people could get high. I think that's pretty nice. He went for a good reason. He helped more people in that town than any other person. A human being who died in that town hasn't really helped anybody. He died and everyone at least had a fun night. I mean, whoever got the scraps,
Yeah.
It's all about how you look at it, folks. It really is.
It's such a beautiful thing that's happened in human history. It's so great. It's so funny. Welcome to Philly, motherfucker.
I have a hard time leaving this city because it's so fucking great. But you have to not live here. You have to go away. You have to live in cool little towns that have a rose festival. Nice human shit. And then you come back here, you move back, and your first present is the world's first hitchhiking robot gets murdered. And then a few years later, the Eagles win a Super Bowl, which is fucking insane. And cops get people to eat horse shit. That no other city has that. If they do, I'm moving there. Tell me your city's stories. Why should I move to Baltimore or wherever the fuck. If you have that happening, I want to be a part of that. I really do. There's not a lot going on in America. There's not a lot going on in the world. People eating horse shit and hitchhiking robots being murdered. Those are two really exciting stories and great ideas for movies. They happened right here.
Now all we need is hitchhiking horse shit and people eating robots, and then we'll be good.
That's a movie that could actually happen. That we should just go ahead and write that.
I remember when you told me about when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and again, I've said this already, but I just, since we're talking about it, it's in my head, and I remember when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and you told me about the people eating horse shit, and I was like, isn't that what the losers should be doing? Like,
no way, baby.
and you looked at me and laughed at me like I was an insane person for thinking that. Like, no, we do that. We're from Philly and we're the winners. And I'm like, no. The losers eat shit and die. Like, that's the. But you looked at me like I was a completely insane person. I was like, well.
And you are. What are you, nuts? That's horse shit. That's got good stuff in it. That's police horse shit. So taxpayers paid for whatever they ate. Which, I mean, even if it wasn't good for him, there was cheese steaks and hay and whatever the fuck else is in there. Probably ate better than he's eaten his whole life. Who knows? Just depends on his status and what, how he's going. But I just love that. I do. I love that. I'm bored. I'm bored, and that's not boring to me. That's fun. I mean, thank God, like someone's willing to eat horse shit. I'd eat horse shit. I mean, if it wasn't expected, it was like, all right, he's gonna eat horse shit. I'd do it for charity or something. I'm not just gonna be a fucking idiot. But I mean, that was a good reason. We won the Super Bowl, and I wish they would have had his name up there, be like, give it up for Terry. He ate shit today for the Eagles. He's gonna be, he's shitting right now. The shit he shit, he ate. It's fucking disgusting. That's great. I don't know if it's a personality thing. Like if you're from here, you do this dumb shit. Maybe that's why I'm an adrenaline junkie. I have no idea. But before the Eagles won the Super Bowl, they went to Minnesota to win against the Vikings or whoever the fuck they played. I don't know. Any case, no, I don't remember all my history. Kiss my ass. I don't care. But someone stole a purple seat. Like the ass and the back stole the purple chair from the Viking Stadium. An Eagles fan, because we won there, stole it. And the best part is, I don't know how, but what I gather is that he flew it back home. And no one threw him under the bus for that. Like, that's great. Like,
you have to check it then. You have to check the seat.
How do you check a seat?
You just put it in the bag. You could take guns. You could check guns. I've been with people that have. My grandpa did that. He checks them.
Yeah, as long as you can't get a hold of it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're under the fucking plane.
Well, I mean, what happens when you get on the plane and they're like, "Sir, you need to take your seat," and be like, "I am. It's right here. Taking it to the bathroom. See ya, fucker." I mean, right. I just think my point is that that's awesome. Like, and they didn't steal it because they like the fucking color purple.
No, they stole it to be an asshole. Yeah.
No, I didn't say asshole. No. People here don't do things to be an asshole. They do it because they're bored. It's an adrenaline rush.
Asshole in a good way. Rush. In a good way, like being a little dick, being a little ass. You know what I mean? Because they're bored.
Yeah, but I mean, as an adult, you don't say that. You don't say I'm doing this because I'm an asshole. You do say because I'm from Philadelphia. Like, it's different.
Which makes you an asshole.
That is true, Alex, because I got to tell you right now, if you came back and the Seahawks won the Super Bowl and you had a purple seat, I just don't think you're going to get as many friends as you would if you were over here, if you went back to Portland. Like, I stole a chair. Someone is actually going to report you. I have a feeling. Here, you're going to get, autographs on the back of your head and shit. People will be happy, but out there, I don't think everyone's going to support that. I just don't. So
it's true. Like I haven't stolen a purple chair from a stadium, but I have done certain things that I thought were funny, and they were when you think about them, like, yeah, that's funny. And then because people are so pretend polite here, like, don't do that. You're gonna upset them. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to make you laugh. So just shut up. You know what I mean? Like, like like a long time ago here in Portland, I was at some random house party that no one knew anybody in the house at all, and a bunch of us comics just kind of were driving around in a car from after a show. And we saw a fucking party, so we just stopped and went in, and everyone was fucked up enough that where they were like, yeah, someone probably knows them. So we just went in, and everyone was like in their like mid 20s to 30s. Like everyone was, we went in. We didn't go into like a fucking high school party. You know what I mean? It was like
Right.
everyone was of age, and there's some bros like fucking like stereotypical bros, like fucking with the visors, sideways hats,
Oh
puka shell
shit.
necklaces, like the whole fucking vibe. And we went in there and they were playing, and they asked me and my friend, my friend to play beer pong with them. And I thought it would be funny if every time they threw the ping pong ball, if I took it and I threw it behind me. So, and, and what I just thought it would be funny,
It
and
is.
and I did it like 5 times, and like after the third or fourth time, they started to laugh, but my friend that was with me, it's a comic, he was starting to get mad at me. He's like, "What are you doing? You're gonna get us into a fight." I'm like, "You're the biggest person here. You weigh 400 pounds, and I weigh like 240. No one's gonna fuck with us. We're fine. And plus, this is material. Relax." They're laughing. I just thought it was funny to like catch the ball out of midair and to just look at him and just go and like and then they would go get it like.
Now, what's interesting about that is if you were in that situation here and you did that here, that would not be funny.
Yeah, I'd probably get my ass kicked.
You would get your ass kicked immediately. They would make me kick your ass, or we both get beat up. Like, because the mafia is here, so that's how this shit works. And it's only because that's a fucking game and it involves drinking. That's
Yeah.
two big fucking things you don't mess with here. Drinking and games. Don't fuck around. You can steal a purple chair. You can eat horse shit. You can climb a pole that's lubed up with fucking analies. Do not fuck with beer pong. These guys do it like religion. They're like, it's like, like they fucking have a sponsorship. No, I don't fuck with these people. And that's why I don't think my cousins really like me. I don't play beer games. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at
Right.
much of anything. I mean, if I am, I like tickets. I'm not going to go play beer pong. Let's go to the fucking arcade with a bunch of 6-year-olds and win some tickets. Then we can get a stuffed animal. But no, you don't fucking do that here, man. I think that's funny as hell. And I would pay extra to see you do that, even around my family, because I know how fucking quickly it would go from ha 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 to fuck you. Like,
that's the thing is like I'm always have been good at matching people. If you want to go here, I'll go there. Like
right.
if you want to go down here, we'll go down there. I'm okay with that. So let's say if I was doing something like that, I'd be like, all right, let's do it. Let's get mad. Like I remember I was doing a comedy competition in Seattle. I won't say the name of it, but it was a pretty big competition. There's people in from all over the world. And after one of the shows, all the comics went out to a bar, and there was a comic that lives in Seattle but wasn't part of the competition. But he knew some of the people, so he was hanging out with all the comics. And he was originally from Philly, like raised brought up there and whatever. I don't know his name. And everyone was drinking. I was drinking. We're having a good time. Small bar, and he was like standing like next to me, but facing the other direction. And I turned and accidentally bumped his shoulder just a little bit, just like. And I was like, "Oh, hey, sorry, man, my bad." And then I started to walk away. Then he pushed me in the middle of my back. He was like, "Watch where you're going." And I was just like, and I turned around, I was just like, "Well, fuck you, man. I said sorry, And then he was just like, he's like, "What'd you say?" And I said sorry, dickhead. And then and then he started to flex and he took off his shirt and then like a bunch of other yeah, it was weird. And then a bunch of other comics like got in the middle and like they were all like, he's from Philly, man. He's gonna kick your ass. I'm like, I don't care where he's from. He's from. I was like, I'm from Terrebonne. I'll eat your dick. I don't give a shit.
It doesn't matter where you're from.
I just
That's
thought
stupid.
I just thought it was funny. Like, he's from Philly. He's in the kid. I was like, you fucking wuss. You fucking Northwest wuss. I don't give a shit where he's from. I don't want to fight him. I'm laughing at him because I think it's funny that he's like getting all macho because I said sorry. Yeah. Because I accidentally bumped into him. You accidentally bump into someone, hey man, my bad. Continue on. It's normal.
Yeah, you should do that, actually. Yes, you should definitely be nice about it. I just had this image. I really hope this happens sooner than later because my back's killing me. But in any case, I want to hang out with you. I want something like that to happen, but I'm gonna need you to throw me laying sideways at him like a log, just like that. I see that like that be like that. I want that to happen. I want you to throw me, and whatever happens after that, I just want there to be 50s positive music playing, like an old bar brawl, you know, like the greasers versus the preppy kids. But I want to be thrown. I want you to be like, and I don't want that person to know that you know me. Just tip me over. Whoop. Woom!
Yeah, just like find you, pick you up, and like,
Listen, I don't hit people. I throw people.
I throw people. That'd be great. I will. Eventually, someday that will happen.
All right, we got to make that happen. Once COVID's over, I want to be thrown.
That whatever Ace Ventura movie, 1 or 2, I can't remember. I think it's the second one. When he goes, or maybe I don't know what one it is, but he goes to that tribe. Second one, yeah. And he goes to like the other tribe, and then he like has to pass all like fight the craziest person, and it shows like this big guy, this huge fucking dude with a backpack on, and he comes in, he's looking all tough. And he sits down to his backpack, and it's just this like tiny little guy. And he opens up, and the big guy's all afraid. Like that's what we should do.
So I get to sit in a backpack until the tussle starts.
Yeah, and then I just like put the backpack down and back away, all scared. Open it up, and you come.
You want some of this? Oh, that's fun. That's good stuff.
It'd be great.
Fuck it. Had anything fun happen to you this week?
Well, not fun, but I've had interesting things happen. I was supposed to. Callie and I were supposed to go see her dad in Washington, and we had 3 days to go do it. I had 3 days off, and we woke up the day we were supposed to leave, and my dog was like throwing up and not eating, and that's really bad when a dog dog doesn't eat, normally eats. You like say the word hungry. Are you hungry? Like I just said it, and her eyes opened. She was asleep. I said, or you just say cookie. You want a cookie? Like just said it again. Her eyes open just now. So like I say that, and like nothing was happening. She's all mopey, throwing up. So we had to go to like the urgent care veterinarian place, long story short, $1,100 later.
What?
It's fuck. Yeah, dude. So expensive. I know people say kids are expensive. They are, they are. Yeah. But all of a sudden a dog's thrown up and we have to pay $1,100. It's crazy. It's just fucking.
What happened? If you don't mind, I mean,
they did a bunch of tests, test her. They did like blood tests, fecal tests, x-rays, all this. All they said was there was like a backup in her stomach, like in her intestines, like a mucus backup, or like she ate something that wasn't going through, that wasn't like coming out either end. It was just stuck. And it was definitely like it's gross, but like a mucus kind of thing, because she's not a dog that eats like socks or shoes or a fucking dirty underwear or whatever. She just if it's not food, she doesn't eat it.
Right.
She She doesn't like toys. The only thing she'll ever eat that's close to a toy is a ball, but that's only because I'm throwing it, but it has a treat inside of it to get her to run, to get her exercise. I
Got
put a treat in a ball so she'll run after it.
it. That's funny. But anyway,
So, so long, like basically, I for her health, I'm glad there's nothing wrong because I love this dog more than I love most people. And when she dies, I'm going to be a fucking wreck, and it's going to be crazy how bad of a wreck I am because people are like, it's just a dog. This is my best fucking friend. You
yep.
know what I mean? So, but in a way, financially, I wish there was something wrong because all the vet was just like, oh, she's fine, $1,100. And I was like, we're like, hey, tell us something, make it worth it, because it's
Oh,
good, clean bill of health, but also it's like,
$1,100. God damn.
and she's got, I've told you she's got like bladder stones.
Yeah.
So we've been like all together in the last couple of months. It's like $3,000. Like any money I had saved, it's gone because that fucking dog over there.
Well, I'll still say like I think I don't know for sure. It would probably drive me just as nuts. But having a kid and like every kid has something. Some kids come out with stuff that's just by birth or whatever. My kid's problem is her fucking teeth. It's not genetic. She doesn't take care of her shit. That's all there is to it. So
Check.
I'm always fucking paying for the dentist. Just the way it is. But ever since COVID happened, these motherfuckers doubled their rates. Everything in this country went up 35 fucking percent as soon as they found out US that we were all getting checks. Call me crazy, but go to the fucking grocery store and tell me you're not paying 35% more for the same tired ass shit you've been eating for years. Or go anywhere else and notice you're not getting fucked around. They've upped their prices because of COVID and because they know your ass got a little bit of fucking change. Let me give you an example. The only thing that I think would be the only reason I think I'd rather be in your situation is because your dog doesn't talk. Okay. I'm sitting there at the dentist. We're already $1,200 deep. She's been here for 2 weeks. We're $1,200 deep on shit I got to pay for. That's after the fucking copay. Great insurance. Bullshit. It's great if I don't have to pay a copay. If all you fuckers, you hear that in my rant? Yeah. Copays, fuck copays. If you got to pay $500, that's not good fucking insurance. Next question. In any case, I'm sitting there just, looking for sex on my phone like everyone else in the dentist office. And I'm not expecting anything. I'm sitting there with my mask on. I'm behaving for the first time in 6 months at this place. I hate that fucking place. I told them I hate the fucking place. So they don't really like me to come back, but I have money. So I'm sitting there and the doctor comes up to me. The kid's in the back. She's doing her thing. And he's like, we need to talk to you. Yeah. So I come in the back. She needs another root canal. What the fuck are you talking about? And I'm just honestly, I'm not getting upset at all. I'm like, yeah, used to getting fucked. Yeah, what else? Yep.
Yeah.
Here's the problem, my kid. I'm not fucking doing that. This is bullshit. They should have seen it. I'm just like, fuck. I'm like, asshole, you are paying nothing. Actually, you're probably going to get money after this. You're probably going to get a milkshake, some fries, an 8-ball of Coke, anything to shut you the fuck up. So why don't you stop complaining? At least your dog isn't saying, I don't want this shit. I don't want you to go through my poop and finger my asshole and put your freaking claw down my throat to figure out what's wrong with me. At least they're not talking. The dog's just like, the dog's not happy, but she's not bitching at you while you fork out the money. My kid's over here. This fucking sucks. Like, shut your fucking mouth. He's still going to drill into your skull. And now he's going to drill into it with a vengeance because you're being a shithead. And I'm still going to have to pay for this experience. So I think I'd rather take a dog to find out $1,100 later that she's healthy than my kid who's going to bitch the whole ride.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's one of those things where it's funny when you try to compare dogs to kids when you're talking to a parent because they get upset. And believe me, I've done it on purpose, only on purpose, never because I really think that. only on purpose to get people upset, just the twinkle in their eye of how mad they are at me, and I'm like, ha ha ha, found it, found the secret.
Fucking A, man.
But no, I agree, man. Like it's expensive, but like at least she's not fucking carrying on about it, you know.
No, I wish you didn't have to pay a dime. I wish you went to the doc and the
But
doc's like, I really don't think there's anything wrong, so I'm not going to charge you unless there is. I just made any doctor that watches this shit laugh their fucking ass off. Diagnosis is looking around for shit is where all the money is. Oh, it's not here. It's not there. Oh, we found it, but it took us $1 million to get there. You have cancer, by the way. Have fun driving home. What the fuck? I hate people in the medical profession and lawyers. Anyone who's really good at their expensive job. I don't know if I like you guys very much, man. When I was trying to get custody, I went to a fucking lawyer that was recommended to me. It was $75 for a half an hour. And anyone who knows what I'm talking about is probably already slowly starting to nod. I asked her my questions. It took 2.5 minutes. I timed her. That bitch knew that I didn't have 30 minutes of questions. I asked her all my questions about getting custody. She gave me my answers and charged me $75 fucking dollars for a half an hour, 27 minutes of which she probably went to the bathroom and took a massive shit. It was like, what the fuck is going on? I don't have any money. You're smiling at me while you go do it all in cocaine off the fucking back of your toilet. God damn it. Like, I could have looked that shit up. It was right before Google took off. I could have Googled that shit and I'd still have $75. So Dude. It drives me nuts when you guys with your professions and all your knowledge, and then you're like, $100 bitch, and I'll give you the answer. It's like, hang on a second. I'll WebMD that shit. You're right. I have a cavity. I'll look elsewhere. Thanks. Asshole. It's great you assholes make money, but I don't like you for it.
Dude, you probably, and you know what's crazy about all that is you probably had a cheap lawyer because they're fucking expensive.
Listen, God and I have an agreement. He knows I'm broke. So whatever he sets me up with is what I can actually almost afford. I wouldn't have paid any more than that. I would have just I would have walked around DHS or something, listened to people complain about their issues and be like, oh, that's how you handle it. Got it. Free legal advice.
Right.
You're not going to make any money by helping people out. I understand. But if I see you driving your Mercedes, talking on your phone, eating a waffle and driving like shit, I'm going to give you the bird.
Yeah, I'm going to key your fucking car. And eating a waffle.
No.
Eat the waffle on the go, man. That's... Hey, can I get this waffle to go? It's hot and sticky.
Big, like, we're not talking about the ones you stick in the fucking toaster. Like a real waffle, man. I don't know how you can eat that and drive. That's actually more dangerous than texting and driving, they say.
Yeah.
So
if
you're doing both and you're a doctor and you're getting money out of my ass, like, you're getting us. You're getting us. Like, God damn. That's just like being a politician. Like, you tried to be a lawyer, it didn't work out, so you made a bunch of friends. You don't really do anything. I mean, you just, God damn, man. All that money for nothing? Shit. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're a doctor and you fuck up, you're going to get the shit suit out of you. So you need that money. I understand that. But I mean, can I get a lollipop? I mean, I'm serious. When I was a kid, I got a lollipop. And it just made me feel better about it. And I wasn't paying money. Now I pay a fuckload of money and all I get is a receipt. I don't want to remember this shit. I want a lollipop.
They should give adults something, the equivalent of a lollipop. Like you get something, like you're at the dentist and all right, you want a lollipop or a sticky hand thing, that you throw against the wall, or as an adult, like, you want a hand job or a cheeseburger or what do you want, a day off? What do you want?
Hand jobs don't cost nothing unless life's really hard on you. So you can give out a hand job. I mean, I'm serious. And I'm sure those fingers, they got all those little, because if you're drilling with you probably got really good grip in your lower knuckles. I think I'd like a handy. That's fine. Like the old rub and tug. Like if they have a deal, like you get 45 seconds of a hand job, whatever you can do in 45 seconds, it's on the house, maybe all over the house, whatever. It depends on how good you are. That's just a little something, something. You know, I mean, if you're gonna fuck somebody, give them a kiss on the cheek. If you're gonna charge them too much money, give them a shitty lollipop or a hand job. I like Alex's idea. Hand
Yeah.
job.
I mean, hey, eh, if you could drill my mouth, you could drill this dick. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa. I might be the scary one, but you're a nasty motherfucker.
I know. It's not good. No.
I
I
fucking
hold
love
back
this
most of the time.
guy.
I hold back most of the time.
Oh, I know, brother. We're trying to make this internet safe.
I know, right? That's the thing about the internet, man. You can't fuck around, especially when they could see you. Is a video like this, like you can't defend yourself. You gotta tiptoe through the tulips. You know what I mean? You gotta
Oh
be
yeah, I
careful.
would love to hang around some tulips right now. Not with a lot of other people, but just to sit in some tulips. Warm tulips, like 72 degrees. I'm in shorts with flip-flops, no one's around, surrounded by tulips. That is a nice COVID activity. I could do that. Socially distanced.
Speaking of tulips, it's time to talk music.
Cool, man. So, I mean, I was obviously half faded when I picked this record, but I really do like it. But after I started listening to it like 2 or 3 times, and by the way, we're talking about
Jethro Tull, Songs from the
Songs
Wood.
of the Wood.
Songs of the Wood. Sorry.
So nope,
Wait.
Songs from the Wood. I don't know my shit. I didn't write it. Songs from the Wood. So, in any case, when I was a kid, my parents they listened to Jethro Tull. That was their favorite record. I listened to it so many times that I mean, I don't know, it just reminds me of like my whole fucking youth. So, I didn't realize until I listened to it 3 times like in the past couple of days how much flute there is. Like I dig flute.
Oh,
I dig flute, but this is a lot of flute. Kind of like there's another band called the Brian Jonestown Massacre, and that one guy has a tambourine, and that's all he does. I've seen him live. And he just hits that the whole fucking 2 hours. That's it. His hands gotta hurt. And I'm like, and people were pointing out, like, that's a lot of tambourine. That's a lot of flute. So
yeah.
after I listened to it, I was like, I hope Alex can handle all this flute because that's a lot. But other
It
than
is.
that, what'd you think?
It
Enjoy it?
it did make me feel like river dancing. You know, it was just
Really?
like, yeah,
Like,
man. It felt like I need to grow some like deer hooves and some horns and get shirtless and run around the forest like,
yeah,
you know, it's just like fucking.
I was honestly, when I listened to it, if I close my eyes, I kind of picture Ron Burgundy, like shit, like, and like shooting
Yeah, no,
flames out of the end and shit.
in that movie when he's playing the Yaz flute, he makes a reference to
Jethro Tull.
Jeff. Yeah, Aqualung. I think he says
Yes,
that.
yes, it's fucking hilarious.
Um, but I liked it. It is a lot of flute. I I could I could take or leave the flute. The flute's one of those things where you hear someone playing the flute and you're like, did someone just open a fucking window? Is there a lot of wind? The fuck is just a bunch of wind came in because it's just like I'm like fucking someone opened a window, a bunch of wind came in, butterflies, a fucking piccolo, like fucking
It's crazy that it's a part of like it keeps it from being like heavy rock. The
mhm.
flute does like it keeps it up here. Like no matter what happens, the flute like just keeps it in the woods or whatever the fuck is going. It keeps it. It just it can't be. It's not that aggressive. They can't be aggressive with the flute in there. Like it's I don't know. You can't take it too seriously. It's fucking great. It's a total let's hang out in the woods and smoke dope like album. That's exactly what that shit is.
Oh man, yeah, it's definitely a druggy, a drug induced
Which
fucking
is
going
crazy
on
because
a
I
trip.
seriously grabbed that album like with my parents. You know, they were like, "Oh, it's a great record, man. You should have this one." And I'm just like, in the same day, my dad's like, "The neighbors suck, man. All we do is hear this music and just we smell dope smoke all day." And I'm like, "Dope smoke? Like, where the fuck do you think what do you think it smells like in my house?" Like,
Right.
Jesus, all the records you raised me on, this flute shit, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, that's all acid shit. And that's when I came into the fold. My parents are like, here's rock and roll right now, or how it was 10 years
Right.
ago. And I'm like, cool, I'm on drugs. You guys raised me on drug music. And then they're like, them damn dope heads. And I'm like, there's an eighth of weed in the car all the time. Watch who you talk about. All right. Know your audience. What the fuck? But
um,
the music, like I dig it. I mean, you know, it's another one. I'm realizing I do smoke a lot of weed because I was like, fuck me, man. Like, if you can't listen to it with a joint in your mouth, I probably won't talk about it. But
yeah, it's a so there's been at least two records when it's my turn, there's at least two records I have offered up that have been prog rock, and that's
right.
what it is. That's what Jethro Tull is prog rock,
Absolutely.
where there's a lot of instruments going on. There's a lot of jammy, like drug head kind of stuff going on, and like Mastodon, that album that we listened to, Blood Mountain, like has a lot of prog influence. Devin Townsend,
Yep.
Kingdom, a lot of prog influence. So like that, like Jethro Tull is like one of the founding fathers of prog rock, of prog. And because like that shit, like that album was at 77, but he was playing music in the early 70s, like
The 60s, yeah.
like yeah, like that's the beginning of prog. And yeah, it was cool, but I have to be honest, I could only handle the flute for so long. And then I'm like usually, like when it's my turn to listen, to take in the album that you put out there, it's I usually go and dive in and like listen to other albums and like like listen to like all the other music. Like I've heard Jethro Tull, like, and I'm familiar with it, very familiar. But after listening to this album twice, and I'm like, I'm okay if I don't hear it for a little while. I don't, because it's cool music, but the flute is just like it's like gets on some groovy fucking like jams, like a fucking like keyboard like going like all proggy and shit, and then all of a sudden I'm like, Jesus god damn, I feel like Riverdale. What the fuck is going on?
Well, what's crazy about their history is, first of all, I want to put this out there because I bothered to read it and I always wanted to know. They actually started out with a couple other names, variations. Then they started playing around with people's names, like just because I guess they thought that was cool. Jethro Tull was actually an inventor slash farmer, architect farmer from the 1800s, famous at that point. So
Okay.
that's who that is. So secret's out. But I thought that was interesting. And because I said that, now I don't remember what the fuck else I was going to say. Doesn't matter. In any case, the flute, I went and saw him live a few years ago, 50th anniversary, still holding it together tour. And that's exactly what it was. It was just like, I suck. Like my voice is shot to shit, but he could still play the flute. So what I'm getting at is when everyone walked away from that live performance of Jethro Tull 50 years after the 60s, everyone said, damn, he sure can still play that flute. So
Right.
since the flute is kind of the most annoying thing that happens, seeing them live was like the only thing anyone was talking about because his vocals were shot. It was
Right.
just like, and that's fine. If you're going, I support you, man. I don't give a shit if you can't sing. I understand. But honestly, the flute sounded amazing live. But here we are being like, it'd be better if there's a little less flute. The interesting thing is that historically, when they were setting up the band, they had a guitar player and they had Ian Anderson. They were basically trying to figure out who was going to be the front. And the other guy on the guitar was like, I should be front, you should be over on the side, because fucking guitar and you're playing a flute. Well, know the history. That guy's gone. He was out of the band like a year later, and now you have a flute player on one leg playing the flute. Jethro Tull. So I think it's because of the fucking flute that they became Jethro Tull, prog rock, all this other shit. If you're breaking into something new, that's that annoying flute. It's cool for a couple minutes, it really is. But after the second side, I was just like, "Fuck, man! I actually picked this record."
Well, dude, if you're really good at playing something like the flute, that's kind of like being really good at juggling. It's like It's like you're really good at this thing that not a lot of people could do, but no one wants to be your friend because you could juggle. Like,
I mean, how many
like,
women were like, I want to blow the flute player?
yeah, yeah.
But he was the
He's already
front man. I
blowing
mean,
something.
I can't tell you another band where I mean, honestly, I fucking hate Kenny G. So I can't think of another wind instrument that's the head of a band that's popular.
Um,
I mean, I don't.
the singer of Fishbone also plays the saxophone, but
Right.
I don't know if you know more, but that's,
So
yeah,
yeah, right. That's
I
what I'm
can't
getting
think.
at. I mean, that's probably
Yeah.
why they were. Yeah. So for all of you, I'm curious how many people who listen to the album, how much flute you made it through, and you're welcome. Songs
I
from the Wood is one of my favorite songs because that was to me like that. I don't know. That's the beginning of the album, and I don't know. I grew up with that, so I love hearing that. And like, let me bring you that first song's great. After that, it's redundant. So I didn't pick it. I didn't pick it because I love it. I pick it because I like that shit, and
right,
that's that. But I like what you're saying about prog rock, progressive rock and
yeah,
roll with extras on it. And
yeah,
I'd listened to a lot of bands that are actually considered prog, but good fucking point. Dude, one of the bands that started that out of the 60s was someone who decided to stick with the flute. So
yeah, yeah.
how about that?
I like one of my favorite songs on the album was Hunting Girl. Hunting Girl. Was that or am I saying the
No,
song
you're
wrong?
right.
Yeah, I like that because there's there's a part in the song where there's like it gets a little rock and roll, little
Mm.
nasty. There's like and there's double bass in it. It's just weird to hear double bass and then a flute in the same song. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Is your dog cracking
Uh,
you up?
I'm trying. I wasn't trying. I was gonna say anything, but I went like this, and she was asleep, and she was like it was just funny in the moment. But
Oh man, that's why I like the only reason we could talk about music is because you know something about music. Like I just like, yeah, it sounds great. That's all I'm ever gonna give you. That's all I know. Because if you start talking about something, I'm like, why are his shoes brown? Who buys brown shoes? I don't learn shit. I just pick up on things. I'm paying attention to other things. Yes,
hey,
that was fun. So what did you come up with for next week?
for next week, I got I wanted to keep it in the same vein. I just thought it'd be fun. The band King Crimson
Oh, read my fucking mind. Nice.
and the album In the Court of the Crimson King.
Nice. Oh, awesome pick, man. Awesome pick.
It was just
Great.
like after I listened to that um,
Gotta save it.
Jethro
Gotta
Tull,
save
I
it.
was like, man, what else is in that same vein, So I was like, oh yeah, King Crimson. There's a lot of bands that are like that, but I was like, King Crimson is definitely one of the, if you were going to say founding fathers of Prague, it'd be, I would think that they're definitely up there. They're
Well,
on their
and this
on the
this
Mount
album
Rushmore.
that came out in '69, so it's the same time Toll's doing their shit,
Yeah,
which is pretty. I wonder. Yeah, awesome pick, man. Great pick. Right on. So excited.
yeah, man. Well, that about wraps it up, don't it?
That's right. Wrap it up. Hey, man. Thanks for watching the show. Like, subscribe, follow. I think you know where to do all that now. So appreciate it.
That's tight.
Shut the fuck up. I wish it was tight.